Hi, I'm Richie's mom, and I'm very proud of him. He's a really cool kid. Richie is smart and funny and helpful. He loves zombies, video games, Creo, Mickey Mouse, SpongeBob, just like you. Richie also happens to have a very unique brain, and the way it works is a little bit different. For Richie, that difference is called autism. But different isn't bad, it's just different. April is Autism Awareness Month, where you get to learn what autism is. Kids with autism may look like other kids, but their brains have trouble understanding the things we see, smell, hear, taste, and touch. For some, it's hard to talk, play, listen, learn, and make new friends. Many kids with autism don't understand what feelings look like, or what another person is thinking. Autism is not a cold, and you can't catch it. Autism can give some people talents that are like superpowers. It can make them think in really creative ways and make them really focused on what they find interesting. Many famous people had autism. Albert Einstein, a famous scientist, Thomas Jefferson, our third president, and the man that created Pokemon even has autism. Do you notice when Richie reads that he's a really good reader and speaker? He loves to perform in front of people. He could read before he started kindergarten. He's so smart. He has an amazing memory. So before he could read, he could recite books that we read to him or scenes from movies he watched. Even though he's smart, he sometimes has to work really hard at paying attention. He has a lot of extra energy. Richie is funny too, but sometimes he has a hard time knowing when it's time to stop being silly. Sometimes we have to be patient with him and help him remember to stop being silly. Sometimes Richie makes up words that are like his own language. Richie has really big feelings. He gets really excited. When Richie's very excited, upset, bored, or confused, he will laugh a lot and he'll make lots of noises and repeat things that people say. If he gets too loud, it's okay to nicely ask him to be a little quieter. Sometimes he has trouble turning the volume down. Like all of you, Richie can get sad or frustrated, but he has trouble finding the right words, so he uses actions instead, like touching or grabbing, and he forgets to ask. That's because of his big feelings, and sometimes because he's tired from working so hard to pay attention. When he gets upset like that, he's not trying to be mean, he's just having a little trouble. Sometimes he needs help calming down. When he feels like that, Richie could really use a friend. Don't you need a friend when you feel sad or frustrated? Richie likes when things stay the same. Have you noticed when Richie repeats things over and over or talks to himself? He likes to do that because that's how he thinks about things. Or when he runs around crashing into things and people. Sometimes if there's different things in the classroom, it might be scary or frustrating for him, and that's how he adjusts and reacts to those changes. Sometimes it takes a minute for things to reach Richie's brain. He needs you to be patient and talk a little slower or clearer when he asks, "What?" Richie can seem rude at times, but it might just be because his feelings are getting too big, or he forgot his manners, so you could nicely remind him. The things Richie touches feel different to him. He lays on the ground because his brain is extra sensitive, and to him, the ground feels extra nice. Sometimes he does it because it helps him feel calm. Sometimes it makes Richie really tired to work so hard to pay attention, so he needs a little bit of time to himself. And that's why he goes to take breaks with Miss Redden. Richie loves to be with his classmates, and he loves to be asked to play. Sometimes he's playing by himself just because no one has asked him, or he may not know how to play what you're playing. Make sure you explain the rules to him clearly so he can understand. Hopefully now, knowing about autism, you can understand Richie better, and with the help of you, his teachers, and friends, he can have an easier time learning in school. Just like all of us, he has things that he's really good at and things that are hard for him. Richie works really hard to be a good student and a good friend, and he needs you all to be his friends and helpers. He wants you to ask him to play or work together. You could be kind by saying good morning and goodbye to him every day, or good job when you're working together, or it's work time when you're working together and he forgets. If you can tell when his feelings are getting too big, you can tell Miss Kennedy so she can help calm him down. Those are ways that you can be a friend to Richie, but also to everyone else too. Each one of us is special and has things that make us different. And different isn't bad, it's just different. And Richie has a special gift that he's going to give to each one of you. Have a good day, guys.